Another Endgame trailer has been released, or a little teaser. They're calling this one the Mission Spot. There's not too much new in it. There's a little bit new, but a lot of it goes over the same old stuff. You do get Captain America and a bit of a close-up when he's on the spaceship when they're about to jump around. He looks a little bit uncomfortable as he's flying through space. And we get a little pep talk from Captain America as he's talking to the team that is wearing the white suits.
This is the fight of our lives. He's pretty good at that, right?
And this here's really the only interesting thing I noticed in the trailer or this teaser. We've got a count of how many people are actually here, so, hopefully someone's not pretending or not putting their arm in. Hopefully this is how many arms there actually are and is not the same arm twice. And so this is maybe how many people we have. So we have Rocket, and then we've got 8 arms all going into the middle there. Now, in this particular spot, we see Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Ant-Man. And I believe in other trailers, we've seen War Machine and Nebula with the white suit on. But I'm not 100% sure of Nebula. I thought I saw her, but I didn't actually notice it in another trailer I just watched. But I still think Nebula is the other one. And here in this picture here from some of the other trailers, a lot of the trailers have this scene in it. We've got 7 people here as well. So I believe these are the 7 people that are confirmed as having the white suits, plus Rocket. And we've got an 8th person, which in no way has been confirmed at all. And there's only really 3 people that could be. It's Thor, Captain Marvel, or it's the Hulk. Now I believe it's the Hulk. I think it's Professor Hulk, as he's been morphed into, and they're keeping that completely under wraps, and they haven't got Banner in any of the trailers except for a little bit at the start of one, and they don't have any of Hulk at all in any trailer at all. So I believe it's Professor Hulk. He is the 8th person, and he's going to have the white suit on. So this arm here looks to me to be bigger. Okay, I hope it's not some sort of optical illusion, but that to me looks like a kind of Hulk arm. Now, maybe not a proper Hulk arm, but maybe a Professor Hulk arm. So it looks fatter to me than the rest. I know most of the other arms aren't on there as much, so maybe it isn't. But I do think that could be a much bigger arm, like the arm that the morphed Bruce Banner and Hulk, the Professor Hulk arm. Perhaps that's what it is there. Now, if it is a bigger arm, if this isn't an illusion, I can't see who else it would be other than maybe that's over the top of the Iron Man suit or the War Machine suit. But if that's the case, there should be 2 big arms like that. Like, I don't know who else. Thor is not that much bigger than the rest of them. It's definitely not Captain Marvel, and that's not Ant-Man. I mean, who is that? So that to me sticks out, and I think that's maybe confirmation that that is Professor Hulk suiting up with the white suit, and they've just decided to keep that as a complete secret so far, and he is not in any of the trailers. There's been a few stories going around about some footage seen at CinemaCon. There are a lot of people reporting it, so it's probably not bogus, just with the general amount of people claiming to have seen it. And what they're saying is pretty much the same as the previous teaser spot, except there's a few little expanded scenes. Now, I speculated that the ship you see Iron Man on may not be the ship that you see all of them flying away with Rocket and Captain Marvel at the front. That's seemingly incorrect. It is just the same ship. That is the Guardians of the Galaxy ship in both of those scenes. And Nebula is confirmed to have been on it at that point in time. And what is seemingly also confirmed, although I don't know if you confirm if something doesn't happen, but they're confirming, or they're claiming at the very least, that Hawkeye, Iron Man, and Ant-Man are not on board at that point in time, which does line up with what I thought was happening so far, other than the whole Iron Man thing. So I don't know why Iron Man wouldn't be there if Nebula was. Maybe he's in really bad shape because he was starving to death, or maybe he's given up on bothering to fight. I don't know, because he was sort of a bit freaked out in Iron Man 3, a bit of PTSD and stuff. I don't know, but anyway, that is what they're claiming, is that they've decided to go off and fight without those 3. And I don't think Hulk is seen, but I don't know if they're confirming that Hulk is or isn't on board. Now, again, if someone's is on board but you don't see them, I don't know how you can confirm they're not there. So again, I don't know how they're saying that Ant-Man isn't on board. I don't believe Ant-Man would be on board at that point in time with what the trailers have, but I don't know how you can really confirm someone is not there simply by not seeing them. But if we take that from what a lot of people are saying, that's pretty similar to what I thought, except that Nebula is now with him, and obviously Nebula and Tony Stark, join up very, very, very early on. So Nebula joins in with Rocket, War Machine, Black Widow, Thor, Captain Marvel, and Captain America, and presumably they don't win. Now, another thing that is mentioned is that the power of the gauntlet is activated, which is in that other teaser. It does say, oh, he's activated the gauntlet again, but seemingly it's been activated to do something. I don't know exactly what it was doing, but it was to activate to do something at all. There was speculation that I don't know if it said this was in this trailer, but this is maybe pure speculation that someone was mentioning, was that Thanos tried to destroy the gauntlet. So maybe he was afraid someone would be able to undo his work, but I'm not 100% sure if they're claiming you see that in this trailer that I haven't seen, or if that's speculation. But something happens, it is detected, that is in the other teaser trailer where they say, oh, he's used the gauntlet again, and then seemingly in this trailer I haven't seen, Nebula tells them where he is. So he's on this, I think they call it the Garden, but he's on this planet that I'm assuming is where you see him at the end of Infinity War. So he's on this very lush green place, and that makes sense. That's where we saw him last, and simply Nebula knows where he'll be, and so Nebula joins them and tells them where to find him. They fly off, and then presumably they fight Thanos, and they don't win. But once again, this doesn't in any way contradict what I was saying in my other video, that I believe that Captain Marvel may die at that point, or at the very least, she's just not in the other trailers, okay? That's all we really know. She's no longer in any more trailer footage. She's not seen with a white suit. She maybe doesn't get a white suit with what these arms in this one kind of show us, and it could be possible that she's dead. Now, even if she does die, that doesn't really mean she's dead, obviously, because, you know, if they can get the Infinity Gauntlet and do whatever they want, they could bring everybody back. So simply saying that I believe that Captain Marvel may die doesn't necessarily mean I think Captain Marvel will be dead for all time. You know, no one really dies in superhero films, and with this Infinity Gauntlet, I think they can bring back whoever they want, so that might not happen. But at the same time, they already set up her replacement. They've got the young black girl from Captain Marvel who's going to go on to be, I think it's Maria Rambeau, I think is her name, or that might be a friend's name and her daughter's got a slightly different name, but that's who the original Black Captain Marvel was in the comic books in the 80s, I believe. So, you know, they've already got the next Captain Marvel set up. Maybe she's just supposed to die, and we get a new Captain Marvel, who knows. But as has been pointed out to me by some people, not only is Captain Marvel not in any more of the scenes, Thor is not in any more of the scenes either. So Thor is in one additional scene, I believe, in the trailers where you see someone in a red cloak walking with Iron Man and Captain America, and they've got Thanos sitting down in the background. I believe that's probably Thor, but other than that, Thor isn't in him at all. So if I'm speculating that Captain Marvel may well have died after this point in time where they're flying towards Thanos, well, I suppose Thor's in the same thing. Now, obviously, if it's two of them, I doubt they'll kill off two people. It's probably more likely that Thor and Captain Marvel go off to do their own part of their mission, or whatever they decide happens here. So I think that's probably more likely than both Thor and Captain Marvel are killed by Thanos. But I'd be down with them doing that. That would be a pretty good and pretty surprising thing for them to do, to actually kill them both off. Again, the Gauntlet could bring them back, so they're not really dead. But that would surprise me if that's what happens, and I would like it if they killed Thor and if they killed Captain Marvel off right at the start of the film. That would be very unexpected. But we'll have to wait and see. Less than 2 weeks until it's out. Hope you've got your ticket. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.